All right, everyone. End of the week, Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, daily fail, meme review, software releases, websites by plebes. Drop us a like and subscribe. All right, we're going to the numbers. Okay, we are currently at a block height of 674,353. The current Bitcoin price, 57,350. Chain rewrite days, 615. Total lightning capacity, well, pretty close to almost unchanged from yesterday. 1,134.49 BTC. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 9.50%. Sats per dollar, still trending lower. And we are still below 2K, 1,743.
1,743. That's how many Satoshis is worth a dollar. That's freaking unbelievable. You know, I think it was, man, like 11 years ago, $1 would have bought you trillions of Satoshis, man. So that's just freaking unbelievable. That number blows my mind, especially if, you know, you've been here a couple years. Absolutely crazy. But Phil, I think it's a perfect time for
the Daily Fail. Today's Daily Fail is brought to us by a fellow Bitcoiner, but he's not our fail. It's Yves Benaim, and we've got this really stupid tweet. All right, so here's another person petitioning Michael Saylor to come buy their shitcoin. Michael Saylor would have been much better off investing billions of dollars in Theta. Okay, so look, we're gonna stop it right there. Okay, this is how it works, right? Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has the actual properties that we're looking for. Theta is just another shitcoin like every other shitcoin that doesn't need to exist. Oh, but we're going to have staking, and we're going to have this magic act, and we're going to have this circus freak. And of course, it's going to make everybody happy, right? Look, you know, when you look at one of these shitcoin charts in hindsight, when it pumped, you always look like a genius, okay? But the reality is that the odds of you choosing the shitcoin that's going to do what you needed to do are slim to none. There's over 5,000 of them at this point, okay? It was difficult enough in 2017 with 1,800 shitcoins. So it really is a lottery, and it's just so sad that these people, you know, like, it's just sad, you know, and they go and they petition people like Michael Saylor, and they think that, like, you know, they're maybe going to get some attention for this, but really all it does is just cause negative attention. Anyways.
Absolutely. And you know, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Zlock. He is...
You see what he did?
He's definitely a fellow plebe, but he is the plebe that came up with the famous honey badger that you see on CoinKite's products. And of course, our sponsor, Crypto Cloaks, has a 3D printed version of one. And yeah, man, so just a shout out to Zlock. And, you know, unfortunately, shitcoins are just the price of tuition that everybody has to. I mean, not everybody. I would say, listen, guys, I have a podcast that Phil does as well. And I think we could both confirm that the majority of Bitcoiners that we have spoke to, they enter the space through shitcoins. I think that's the best way to find out how strong and powerful and how unique Bitcoin is through just compared to all the shitcoins that you kind of have to experience that through. So yeah, it's the price of tuition, and I guess that's just totally normal. I hope that guy outgrows it and he finds himself taking the orange coin or the orange pill one day, Phil.
Yep. It's okay. They'll see. These things have no network effects. These things have, you know, they're illiquid. I mean, look, it's a total scam. Really, it is.
It's a total scam, and, you know, but hopefully some people make it out, and, you know, every cycle, a lot of them do. So, yep. Phil, it's a perfect time for
the Daily Meme Review.
All right, everybody. The meme for today is brought to us by Sean Stacken. Check this out. It looks like a fellow plebe. Don't know. Haven't confirmed it. But look, check this out. Wealth gap is too wide. Print stimmy that inflates assets. Government needs more to intervene. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I know it's hard to get, Phil, but I felt like it was the perfect meme for the perfect day that's perfectly describing what is happening today. So, or what is happening, you know, these days. better said. But Phil, man, it was artistic. It didn't make me laugh, so I'm going to give it this anti-static bag. It's a piece though, because I just cut it to take a piece out. So an empty anti-static bag.
Well played.
Yeah. What about you? What do you give that meme?
So look, I definitely love the messaging, right? Love the messaging. Yeah, it's not obvious, but it's kind of obvious, right? I mean, I got it the first time around. I don't know how many other, I don't know how many other people will or won't. It definitely is an accurate depiction of our times. And with that being said, we're going with a melon. Watermelon, specifically. I don't want people to confuse that with honeydew.
Where's this melon? Watermelon. Where is it from?
What are you talking about? It's like
there's these Japanese watermelons that are square.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering if
square watermelon. Are you sure they're not just grown in cubes?
No, they're literally square watermelons, which I'm gonna pop up. I'm not lying, Phil.
No way.
Totally. Anyways, Phil, it's time for it.
The Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody. There's a lot of news for today, and check out this notable tweet from a fellow plebe, Cho Collection. Sailor's buying at near all-time highs for a reason. What does he know that you don't? And yes, he is. This guy has raised money at 0% interest. This guy has literally staked his company, the future of his company, on Bitcoin. And look, he just raised an additional $15 million to buy Bitcoin at all-time high prices. How confident is this guy, right? That's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy. Michael Saylor is the Chad of all Chad. Phil, he has put his company's future and his future in Bitcoin. He's going all in. And you know what? If the price of his stock keeps going up as Bitcoin fall, because it's gonna follow the price of Bitcoin.
Yep,
dude, it's gonna start this domino effect, the likes we have never freaking seen before. Anyways, Phil, what are your thoughts?
I mean, look, he just bought another $15 million worth of Bitcoin. I think that's like 296 Bitcoin, they said. Look, he's making it harder for us to stack, So it's bittersweet, right? It's bittersweet. I see Sailor stacking and I'm like, nice. And then I go look at mine and I'm like, damn it.
Oh, this is why we're plebs, bro. This is why we're plebs. But it's funny because with Sailor, he's stacking Bitcoin while us plebes are stacking sats.
Exactly.
He's stacking Bitcoins, plural.
Stacking corns. Cornfields.
The whole cornfield. Exactly. But anyways, the next piece of news, check this out. Look, another bank folds and gets sucked into the Bitcoin black hole. It's so strong, the gravity. But anyways, JP Morgan to launch cryptocurrency exposure basket of Bitcoin proxy stocks. I love how they keep doing this. Cryptocurrency. No. Bitcoin proxy stocks. Not cryptocurrency, Bitcoin proxy stocks. But anywho, yep. The debt instrument would lean heavily on MicroStrategy, Square, and Riot blockchain stocks. So that's pretty crazy because it's not a direct investment, but they're still getting exposure to Bitcoin. So very interesting. You also see, this is a worldwide event. This isn't only in the United States, right? That's what makes Bitcoin so special. Norwegian investment firm allocates $58 million to Bitcoin. They have to add crypto to Bitcoin, okay? Because that's essentially what it is. But yeah, man, they're
not doing shit with crypto. I know this for a fact, almost.
Hell yeah! But they just have to mention it. Cryptocurrency exposure. No, Bitcoin.
Only
Bitcoin, right? It's just so funny, but very interesting. Just, more of the same pattern, Phil, that we've been seeing, which is just more corporations want to get exposure to Bitcoin, if not directly, like that Norwegian firm, indirectly, like JP Morgan is offering to their clients, right? This exposure to companies that hold a significant portion of Bitcoin on the reserves. Very interesting, and I'm curious to think, what are your thoughts about it?
I really do appreciate that JP Morgan is, throwing a very small hat into the ring. It's just weak dick energy, like JP Morgan. It's anyways, you know what? I mean, it's great to see them at the table, but they're kind of more at like the kiddie table. They're not really playing at the adult table. So anyways, I don't, as for that the Norwegian company, I may or may not know for a fact that there is absolutely nothing non-Bitcoin in their operations. So
I mean, it literally says like not Bitcoin.
I know exactly right. It says it in the article.
No, I mean it literally says only Bitcoin in the article. It's funny.
But
no, hold on. Let me pull that up because it's just worth to see again because it's absolutely hilarious. Right here, Norwegian investment firm allocates 58 million to Bitcoin. Oh, and crypto. Oh, okay, you could be possibly right. Let's see.
I'm telling you, there's nothing in crypto ventures.
You'll
see. They're only going to look at the article. It's only BTC.
Citi with the new company holding of its liquid investment assets in BTC. It's so funny. They have to put crypto. They have
to put it.
They did it in the JP Morgan. They have to put crypto. Oh my god. I guess it's it's for the SEO. I don't know, but
it's a circle jerking.
It's a circle jerking of the shit coins. Anyways, the next piece of news. This is a little bit of Binance FUD. I don't really use Binance. They are the shitcoin casinos of the shitcoin casino. That's exactly what Binance is. But anyways, Binance was probed by CFTC. It looks like that's a U.S. government agency over whether U.S. residents traded. And look, it's interesting, and I'll tell you why it's interesting for two reasons, right? In the macro sense. And this Kraken article is going to help make my point a little bit more. Kraken took a stance back in, I think this was in 2018, where they decided to pull out of New York because they didn't want to go along with the bit license because they felt like that was too intrusive. Here are some of the questions that they asked for them, and it was just insane. Like, it's like the deadline of 2 weeks is unreasonable. They gave them such short notice. The government gave them such short notice, essentially, to give up all this important information about their clients residing in New York, right? So with Binance, it's the same thing. It's, again, specifically the U.S., right? The U.S. government agencies are really going after exchanges. They really want to set down this they want to keep their position of absolute authority and gatekeeper to the financial system. However, Phil, I don't think that's feasible. Because what it's going to force, and you're already starting to see this, what's going to happen is that Bitcoiners are going to flee, or Bitcoin companies are going to flee to the countries that are the most Bitcoin friendly. And we're heading into a future where the wealthy countries are going to be the countries that hold the Bitcoin, and the countries that don't hold the Bitcoin are going to be disadvantaged to the countries that are open to Bitcoin businesses, right? You see that with Max Kaiser. He's been talking about the hash wars, how every single country is just starting to compete to see if they can get their hash rate up, so it's just Phil, like, is the US at a severe disadvantage because their agencies still don't understand the fact that if they overregulate Bitcoin, or if they overregulate cryptocurrency, I'm sorry to shit, but it's all bundled together in their eyes, do you think that they don't understand that they're putting the US at a severe disadvantage because they think they're protecting investors?
I don't think, I think it's just a lot of LARPing.
But you see this with the New York Attorney General. Remember, she said it the other day. She's like, investors are going to lose all their money. So it's like, what's going on?
But I still think at the end of the day, right? It's a lot of LARPing because let's face it, if they really cared about the investors, right? There's many market events that have happened in the past that shouldn't have happened, that could have been prevented, but weren't, right? Like the 2008 mortgage crisis, right? So look, I think that I think it's disingenuous. I think at the end of the day, like I always say, these are gatekeepers. They want to get paid, right? They're going to go and they're going to shake the tree. They're going to see what falls. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for the low-hanging fruit. They're essentially just trying to, again, right? When you're LARPing, you want to make it seem like what's happening is real and your part is important. So this is exactly what they're doing. They're trying to make it seem like they're playing their important role and that they're regulating. But at the end of the day, they just want to get their cut, and they just want to see, again, what falls from the tree when they shake it.
Yeah, so, but Phil, don't you think that it's an overburden by the U.S. and as a result, it puts Americans at a severe disadvantage when it comes to how the rest of the world is essentially being able to access Look how much Binance has already complied with authorities, right? Kraken said, look, I don't even want to deal with it. So you know what? Screw New York, right? So I love what Kraken did, but it's like Binance already split their website in two, where half their website is for essentially US citizens and half their websites for the rest of the world. And it's just, how insane is that? And it's literally because they're trying to comply with the U.S. regulation, comply with whatever. But I don't think the U.S. regulators understand what's coming.
Look, if you make yourself irrelevant, you make yourself like that. That is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if these agencies want to continue to seek their rent, then they're going to find a way to make themselves relevant. Otherwise, they are going to make themselves irrelevant. And again, I'm not, I'm not entirely, I'm not really so worried because again, right, Bitcoin is a game of incentives, okay? And once people start to hold Bitcoin and understand Bitcoin, their tune starts to change a lot. And there's more and more people in the government that are
Phil, I agree with you. You see the mayor of Miami, moving on this quickly. You see Senator Loomis of Wyoming, also in Wyoming, passing very friendly Bitcoin laws. There's Kraken opened the first, Bitcoin bank over there. Yeah, definitely. However, on a national level, the US, they because these are national regulations. These aren't state, these aren't state regulations. So, man, the U.S. is going to have to play catch up because these companies are just going to flee. And you've already saw that. If Kraken felt like they could walk away from the New York market just to make a point, it tells you how strong they feel.
That's right.
How strong,
they don't even care.
How strongly convicted they are in Bitcoin. And we feel the same way, right? Yep. But anyways, Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. We've got...
Oh, sorry. That was by accident.
That's all good. We've got Sparrow Wallet version 1.3.0 that was released, and that is down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, that was our show. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you guys like the episode, smash that like button. And I always see Phil say smash, so it's hilarious. And if you love the show, if you like what we do, of course, we just want to tell you the news of the worlds from the Bitcoin perspective. That's exactly what we do. But if you love us, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.
Back is so itchy.